Hey guys, Sergeant 1911 here and welcome to today's video. First off, before I forget, I want to thank Continental Computer for supporting us. They got some good accounting software. There'll be a link down below. You need to click on it and have a look. Also guys, please remember to click subscribe. Tell me you like it, tell me you don't like it. Click on the little ding-a-ling bell. Make sure you get a notification each time I get a new video out. Right now, let's get started. Initially, I was going to call this Magnum Monday. But I got to thinking, 357 Magnum, 375 H&H Magnum, 300 Win Mag, 300 Short Win Mag, 22 Magnum. There's so many Magnums, let's just forget it. Let's just go do some 44 Magnums. How about that? I've got four laid out here for us to look at. They're all a little bit different. They're all kind of the same. Also, one I want to talk about that I actually don't have, but we're going to throw out a little bit of information about it. First of all, we're going to pick up a Ruger Super Black Hawk 44 Magnum. I think this thing's got a 7-inch barrel on it. Fits my hand really nice. You know, these are all 44 Magnums, but they're all different. If you'll notice, the Ruger, you throw out the side loading gate there and the cylinder will spin to load. And that's a little different than Smith & Wesson's and the Colt. These things are a little bit different. I particularly like the Super Black Hawk pistol grip size. Man, that just fits my hand good. And one thing bad about it though, if you'll notice where that little finger comes into the bottom down here, sometimes that thing will eat that finger up just a little bit right there. 44 Magnum is exactly that. It's a Magnum. It's got some power behind it. You're going to know it when it goes off. Let's go now and look at one of the Smith & Wesson Magnums. This is a model 629 Smith & Wesson Magnum. This has got a 6-inch barrel on it, and if you'll notice, it's not blue. Now, all the Smith & Wessons have a model number. You'll have a 29, an 86, but when we go to this color, they put a 6 in the front of it and make this a model 629. One thing different about the Smith & Wessons right off the bat is we don't load it by opening the side gate like we did with a Ruger, with that side gate there. With a Smith & Wesson, we've got a little button on the side there that we push forward and the cylinder falls out. Now, that's somewhat like the Colt. The Colt, especially on some of the models from a distance, it's going to be hard to tell the difference between a Colt and a Smith & Wesson. But if you ever get a look at that little button right there on the side, the Smith & Wesson pushes forward and rolls out. A Colt, you pull backwards and it rolls out. That's a good tattletale signal whether it's a Smith or Wesson or a Colt right there. Now, another difference between these two handguns is the size of that pistol grip. Man, that's like for big-handed boys right there. I've got a pretty large hand, but to me, the Smith & Wessons are just a little large, you think. We're going to get to that in a minute. So this is a model 629 Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum 6-inch barrel. Moving on down the line, we get to the model 29-2. People are going to look at this and say, Dirty Harry Callahan. That's right, the Dirty Harry gun. Now this is almost identical to the 629, except what did I say? 29 is blue, 629 is not. We still got the button that pushes forward and the gate opens. We still got that large pistol grip, no difference. Really not any difference at all in these two guns other than the color and the barrel weight. They're still big pistol grips. I've not shot this gun. I think we'll go outside in a little bit and give it a try. Don't know that I can hit anything with it. Don't know anything about it, but we'll try. Now, although I've been kind of complaining about the size of the pistol grips on the Smith & Wesson, there is an exception. This little handgun right here is a 44 Magnum with a 3-inch barrel. It's a Combat Magnum 66, 44 Magnum. Nice little pistol grip on that thing. Look at that, 3-inch barrel. While in Alaska, I wear this in a chest rig. I haven't got to worry about anything on my hip, under my rain suit, anywhere. I wear it right on a chest rig. It's easy to deal with. Still shoots that same big 44 Magnum. And like all Smith & Wessons, you push forward and the cylinder falls out to the side. No loading gates, falls out to the side with that push forward. Here again, small. Now I have to wonder myself, why did we go with such a wonderful pistol grip on this Smith & Wesson versus this big hog thing on these other Smith & Wessons? I don't have the slightest clue. I think potentially it's just because what I'm doing here is trying to make a concealable 44 Magnum size handgun. I don't use it for conceal. I use it for self-protection with dangerous game when I'm in that position. But you know, to me, these handguns here, these larger handguns, would feel a lot better if they had this hand pistol grip on it, like we do on the Super Black Hawk. It's got something that fits in my hand well. With all handguns, the pistol grips are changeable. You can change them, but I just don't think that's the case when you start looking at a Model 629 or a Model 29 Dirty Harry guns. You really don't want to change that. You want to keep that authenticity and keep it in its original condition and don't monkey with it very much. You know, I think now, you know, as we like to do here at the hideout, I think it's time to go out and take a few shots with this thing and make sure it goes bang. Okay, here we are outside. Got the 44 Magnum out here, the Model 29-2. Remember the colors, not a 6. I have not shot this handgun. It's not a new handgun, made in the 70s. It does have adjustable sights on it. So what I'm telling you ahead of time is I'm making an excuse of why I can't hit anything. So what we're going to do, we're going to load up with some Winchester white box, 240 grain, 44 Magnum. We're going to take a few shots, see how we do. Pretty good recoil on these things. You know, for a long time, you know, Dirty Harry would have said, well, do you feel lucky? Lucky punk, do you feel lucky? I'm not feeling so lucky right now, but we're going to try. But I am going to know exactly how many shots have been there. I am going to say that I know that, no, I'm going to fire 6, and it wasn't just 5. So let's load up 6 rounds. You know, some 44 Magnums, in particular, the Model 66 Combat I had in there, it only holds 5 rounds. It's a smaller gun, it's more compact, sorry. The cylinder walls are probably a little bit thinner, so they're only going to put 5 in it. We're going to put 6 rounds in here. We're going to take some shots at some gongs, some different things. Cross your fingers, hopefully we'll hit something. Put these things on. Here we go. I guess you could say I hit that gong. That first shot took my target completely away, but I got another gong. Let's see if we can hit it. Once again, my gong is gone. So I got a little set of dueling trees out there. Let's try the dueling trees. Doggy, I tell you what, that ought to make Dirty Harry proud. I got all targets. How many targets I hit? Both gongs, all 6 of the dueling trees in 6 rounds. Man, I'm telling you, that's a pretty sweet shooting right there. You know, these Model 29s are pretty collectible. You know, Dirty Harry obviously had a lot to do with that, the movie, Clint Eastwood. But, you know, they're kind of hard to come by at times, and that's why they're so collectible. You know, after the movie come out, it's my understanding, these things couldn't be had. You couldn't find one. Now, you did see some more of the Ruger Black Hawks and Red Hawks come out, and I think some of that might have been just a reason for Ruger to get some of that market for these big bore handguns that was out there. Smith & Wesson couldn't keep up. So the Black Hawks and the Red Hawks, excellent handguns, but man, when it comes down to it, these Model 29s and 629s, they're the cat's meow of the big bore handguns. Let me shoot a few more times. Put this hearing protection there. I only got 5 of the 6 that time, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about that. I think that's pretty good shooting. I don't think the sights are off. I think I flinched a little bit with a recoil. But, you know, I complained about these big pistol grips, but they seem to be about the right size, I guess, for handling that recoil. So I'm not going to be too fussy about them. Let me go ahead and shoot, let me shoot 6 more. I got my convict way out there. I don't know if I can see, the sun's kind of in my eyes, but, you know, it gives me something to shoot at. So, you know, any gun day's a fun day. So I'm gonna try that attitude anyway. All right, convict. Woo! Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I only shot 5. Let me see what else I could do. I do have another gong way out there. I don't know if I can hit it. Is there something else I need to be shooting at? I don't know. I guess I could shoot one of the pieces of wood there. Nothing on it but a piece of wood. Let me see what I can do here. Let me shoot this little bitty gong over here in the middle. Let me shoot some more of those trees. Man. I'll tell you what, that's 5 or 6 more. Take these off. That is a lot of fun. That's manageable recoil. I like it. It's fun. It's a pretty weapon. Let me get up here a little closer and see if you can get a picture of it. It is a pretty weapon. Pretty blue color. You know, Smith & Wesson still makes a pretty blue color. Colt still makes a pretty blue color. A lot of manufacturers are not making those anymore, unfortunately. Everybody wants to go to the polymer guns. Polymer's okay. It's got its purpose. But man, this is a man's gun. This right here is what I'm talking about. This is a man's gun. So, you know, if you're going to shoot one, more power to you. Try, you know, everybody ought to have a good wheel gun sometime. Not a bunch of safeties on there. You get a bunch of them, you just sit and pull the trigger. I ain't got to worry about safety on, safety off. All I got to do is go bang, bang, bang. I love it. So, you know, today we had a lot of fun shooting the 44 Magnum. I wish I could sit out here and shoot 44 Magnum all the time. But right now, I just got to make sure that I have participate in my Second Amendment rights. You guys and gals, go participate in your Second Amendment rights. Take your children, your wives, your grandchildren, your redheaded stepchildren. You take absolutely everybody and let them take advantage of the Second Amendment rights before we lose them all. You know, until we get another video, like I always say, shoot straight, shoot safe, hooah.